So there's a lot of bad news in the world, a lot of depressing things happening on Earth right now, but there is good news too. And there's even good news coming from bad sources or terrible people. And so one piece of good news coming from a terrible person came from our friend, the president, Mr. Trump, who announced that the war in Afghanistan is going to be coming to an end and he's going to be removing troops from Afghanistan, which I think is great news because we have been in Afghanistan, we the collective American, not me personally or you necessarily, but America's been there since 2001, so that's 19 years. So that means there are people there who are fighting in the war that weren't alive on 9/11. And so it's been a while. And I follow this stuff kind of closely, and I don't even know why we're there. I thought we went there to go get Osama bin Laden after Al Qaeda attacked us, but then we killed Osama bin Laden like a decade ago in Pakistan and then stayed another 10 years. And it's enough to make you think that we're almost just there because we like spending money on war and occupying other countries and having our fingers on the levers of power all around the world, and not necessarily for national protection. But I digress. But for whatever reason, President Trump wanted to get us out of Afghanistan, which I thought was great. But unfortunately, there was a bipartisan consensus, which is something that we never see in Washington because we know there's gridlock because the Democrats and Republicans are so different that they can't agree on anything. But just this one time, they decided to agree on something, which was Liz Cheney's amendment. Liz Cheney being Dick Cheney's daughter. Dick Cheney being a warmonger who started the bombing in Afghanistan and also the war in Iraq, and really just loves killing people and doing the worst things that you could think of. And he has a daughter. He has a beautiful daughter, and she's in Congress forging a bipartisan consensus around continuing the war in Afghanistan. So this one time Trump gets a policy which is actually good and is going to save lives as well as taxpayer money on bombs. The Democrats go out of their way to work with the Republicans to stop that. And so most of the Democrats on the Foreign Affairs Committee, with the exception of three, those three being Tulsi Gabbard, Ro Khanna, and one other whom I forgot, voted along with Republicans to make it more difficult for Trump to remove those troops from Afghanistan, as well as other troops from Germany.